We are hoping that in next 4-5 years, India will be able to develop technologies based on quantum, which will be deployable and usable.
Welcome to the Gist on Stratnewsglobal. I'm Surya Gangadharan. Hello and welcome to another edition of the Gist. I have with me Dr. Abhay Karandikar, Secretary, Department of Science and Technology, and we're going to talk about some of the deep tech missions that he is helming. Dr. Karandikar, first of all, I'd like to begin with something that is rather recent. The Anusandhan National Research Foundation. Exactly what is that? What does it do?
So, Anusandhan National Research Foundation Act was approved by the Parliament in August last year. The concept of Anusandhan National Research Foundation came out of the recommendations of the National Education Policy. It was finally approved by the Parliament in August. The Department of Science and Technology is the nodal administrative ministry for the foundation, but otherwise the foundation will act as an independent body. And one of the objectives of the foundation is to create a robust R&D innovation ecosystem in the country. And for that, the foundation will fund R&D programs on some directed research themes. It will also foster industry academia collaborations, and it will also encourage innovation and entrepreneurships. So the act was passed by the Parliament last year, but it got notified this month only, and in next few months now we are in the process of operationalizing the research programs under the NRF.
So what would these cover? What kind of research programs?
So the foundation has three kinds of funds as of defined in the Act. One is the research fund, R&D fund. Second is innovation and entrepreneurship fund. And third is, it is called Science and Engineering Research Fund. The Science and Engineering Research Fund is actually to continue the activities of the Science and Engineering Research Board, which was an autonomous body of the DST which used to fund the R&D programs in the academic institutions. So that will continue for 5 years. Now this SERB is now subsumed into the NRF, so it no longer exists now. So those activities will continue under this fund. But the new fund, the R&D fund, we expect to fund mission mode R&D programs in different areas across the academic institutions and universities in the country. Another objective is to also not just remain this R&D funding and creation of R&D ecosystem limited to only tier 1 academic institutions. We would like to enhance it to tier 2 and tier 3 also, because given the size and scale of our country, we have to create an R&D ecosystem across the length and breadth of the country, and that really requires to expand the research and innovation ecosystem culture even in the tier 2, tier 3 institutions. So I think that is also another objective. The third objective, as I mentioned, that 10% of the fund will also be used for innovations and entrepreneurship. So that will be used to promote translational research, commercialization of the research in the academia and R&D labs, and promoting entrepreneurship. So I think these are the broad objectives. And the foundation, you can see the importance of the foundation from the fact that a governing board of the foundation is being chaired by Honorable Prime Minister. So therefore, it has that importance. The second is that since the word is foundation, the foundation will not only receive the grants from the government through the Department of Science and Technology, but it is also expected to raise the resources from other sources, which is like industry, CSR funds, philanthropists, other line ministries, etc. So the whole objective of Anusandhan National Research Foundation is to really streamline the R&D activities in the area which are critical to our country and create a very robust ecosystem.
So when you say critical to our country, would you like to mention one or two of these areas which this could possibly invite funding?
No, there are many areas which our country needs, and in fact, the Department of Science and Technology has been working on some of these areas. Some of them are for near term or immediate, some or long term. For example, DST on a long term basis has already launched the National Quantum Mission. On the near terms, there are areas related to clean energy or semiconductors or AI. Although the semiconductors and AI falls within the domain of the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, but we will be also streamlining those activities through the ANRF also. Some of the long-term things are in the area of quantum mission as a part of the quantum technologies and quantum missions. So we are looking for technology areas where we can leverage our expertise on a near-term basis, and also technologies which are more futuristic.
So this is going to be kind of an umbrella kind of an outfit,
yes,
covering a lot of areas.
Yes. And since, as I mentioned, since the governing board is chaired by the Honorable Prime Minister, we also expect that ANRF will coordinate with other agencies of the government and other line ministries also to see that we can synergize the R&D activities of different ministries in a coordinated fashion.
So this is obviously central government driven. Do you at some point envisage perhaps similar smaller outfits perhaps in the states or something, or is that?
No, we don't envisage such bodies to be set up in the states, but we would definitely, this ANRF will definitely would like to partner with the state governments with their resources to co-fund, for example, the state government universities, where state government can also put in some funding and ANRF can also, not only the state governments, but ANRF will also partner with the industry to co-fund the research which has relevance for the industry and which can be taken up by the academia. So that model exists. ANRF will definitely partner with state governments, with other agencies, and also more importantly with the industry as well.
A quick word from you on this National Quantum Mission. First of all, explain please what is quantum?
So you see, the era of computing has been based on, the digital computer has been based on the binary digits, bits like zeros and one. The principles of quantum mechanics have been known for a number of years. The whole idea of the quantum technology has been based on the principles of quantum mechanics. While the principles were known for almost 50 years, but now it is possible to realize some of those principles into a real systems. Either it is a quantum computer or it is a quantum communication system. And we expect that such a system, when it is built on the fundamentals of quantum mechanical principle, will be much more powerful than the traditional computing systems. And from a communication point of view, they will be much more secure than what is possible with the existing secure communication system. So in that sense, they will really take our computing and communication infrastructure to a real next level.
Tell me, in the area of computing, in the field of computing, quantum computing, are the nations of the world, the main researchers on this, are they all roughly on the same level, or are we?
I would say that in the area of computing, We may be at par with many nations, but there are of course countries like US and where there are industries which have taken some lead. But I would say that we are not generations behind. I mean, they have taken the lead, and this may be in that sense the right time for us to take that plunge into the area of quantum technologies. And it is not, and the quantum technologies is not just computing, but as I mentioned, it is also communication, it is also sensing, it is sensing and metrology, and it is also materials. So we have a lot of opportunity to do some disruptive innovations in this area, and we can therefore play this game if we do it right in the coming years at the global scale as well. So I think that was the real objective of launching this national quantum mission.
So do you have to build capacity here first? Do we have the skills?
No, we do have some skills in our tier 1 academic institutions like some IITs, Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore, Tata Institute of Fundamental Research, ICERs, and some startups have also come up which are working on some very interesting stuff. We have initial sort of capacity in this. Of course, we need to build much more capacity. So under this mission, we are setting up 4 mission hubs. One in the area of computing, another one is in the area of communication, third one is in the area of sensing, and fourth one is in the area of quantum materials and devices. And each of these hubs will work in a consortium mode. They will work as a consortium of research groups and institutions and startups. In fact, in this mission, there is also a provision for partnering with the industry and partnering with the startups. So we expect to form these hubs in the coming months, and I hope within a period of 6 months or so, these consortia and hubs will start functioning, and we will be able to work on areas related to computing, communication, sensing, materials, etc. So
are the Chinese as far ahead as some of the reports we read?
I mean, some of the countries like whether it is China or Germany or US, they have taken some lead. But as I mentioned that there is always a scope, since the area has just begun in the last few years. There is always a scope for making disruptive innovations. If not in computing, certainly given our strength and expertise in developing algorithms and applications on computing, certainly we have some capacity in developing in the area of quantum communication systems or doing some disruptive innovations there. So we are hoping that we will be able to make some great innovations in the coming years, and also will be able to enhance our capacity.
Time for a little ad break. Back with you in a minute. Welcome back. Dr. Karandikar, we were talking about your quantum mission and all the fact that India is a player here, may not be in the lead, but perhaps going forward we will be. We were talking a little earlier before this interview where you were referred to the Hydrogen Valley Innovation Cluster. What is this?
So, the DST has a program on the clean tech, clean energy, which includes, hydrogen also. So, in this, this particular Hydrogen Valley Innovation Clusters, we want to set up these innovation valleys, again as a part of consortium, to demonstrate the entire value chain from the hydrogen production to the use. And this we want to set up in a pilot scale we have already rolled out a call for proposals, and we got the proposals in the consortia mode. We are in the process of now finalizing where we can set up these values. They will have everything, starting from hydrogen donation to end use, like its use in the transportation sectors. And obviously, end users is different, the one who produces is different, the storage is different. So we want all these different industries, public sector undertakings or government agencies to come together in a consortia and demonstrate the entire value chain. Now, this has two purposes. One is to, of course, demonstrate the innovations at every stage, whether it is at the generations or storage or usage, and two, to understand what issues will come up when you want to scale this thing on a statewide deployment or a countrywide deployment, including the cost implications. So I think that is the real purpose. We will be setting up maybe 3 or 4 such clusters, and in the next 2 years we will have a good understanding of what does it take to scale the technology.
What about the private enterprises like the Ambanis and all, who are planning huge mega hydrogen production centers? Are these anyway linked?
No, I think these pilots, prototypes are more at the scale of pilots and R&D. They will definitely throw some light in terms of what new innovations are possible, or there will be some innovations even in this, and that can of course be then used for manufacturing or deployment at a larger scale. So these are really meant to sort of understand how you can scale it using the technology which can be homegrown. I mean, of course, you can have a pilot already tested scale technology elsewhere and you can bring it. But I think here using homegrown technology, understanding the issues that are there, and also the applications which are native.
Cyber physical systems, what are we looking at here?
So the DST, we had launched this national mission on cyber physical system some 4 years back. And under that mission, we had set up these R&D programs in 25 mission hubs in the country. They are in the various areas of cyber physical systems. They are in the area of cyber security, they are in the area of sensors and precision agricultures, IoT, autonomous vehicles, medical cobotics. So they are in all areas these mission hubs are working. And their objective is not only to advance the research, more importantly the translational research, and incubate and mentor and work with startups. So I think that was the objective. Now in the last 3-4 years we have got some hubs doing remarkably well. For example, the hub at IIT Kanpur, which is involved in cyber security, has done exceedingly well. It has not only developed some path-breaking technologies, but has also nurtured more than 24 startups in the area of cyber security. There is a hub at IIT Hyderabad which has been working in the area of autonomous vehicles, and they have also developed some very, very interesting technologies. And then there is a hub at IIIT Bangalore which has also been working in the area of communications technology, ORAN, 5G and so on. So I think we have got exceedingly good result. The idea of these hubs was to nurture translational research in the area of cyber physical systems.
Dr. Karandikar, just stepping back a bit, all this requires a huge lot of, there's money, there's brain power. How is all this being managed?
So, this is of course definitely requires funding. But as you rightly mentioned, this also needs resources, human resources and people. And as I mentioned earlier in the context of the ANRF, we, given the size and scale and the ambitions that we have, that we want to work in quantum, we want to advance it in clean tech, we want to be leader in AI, we want to be leader in semiconductors. We have to do this large scale capacity building on a much wider scale than what it exists. And that requires therefore to have a create a robust R&D culture, not just in few IITs, but we have to expand that to other institutions and make an effort to generate quality human resources and talent in all these institutions. Then only we can increase the number of full-time equivalent R&D. So this therefore does require significant investments in training and skill development in high-tech areas, which should be restricted not just to tier 1, but expanded to other institutions as well. I think this is very much needed, otherwise we will not be able to successfully roll out these mega missions, either in the form of technology development or in the form of rollouts.
So when do you expect, say, in the next 3 to 5 years, you expect to see something come to fruition from all these missions?
I think we are quite confident and hopeful that we will be able to make some real breakthroughs either in the area of quantum or in the area of cyber physical systems, or through ANRF we will be able to seed some tangible industry academia partnership in many areas.
And quantum in actual practical applications?
Yes, I think we are hoping that in next 4 or 5 years, India will be able to develop technologies based on quantum, which will be deployable and usable.
On that note, Dr. Karandikar, thank you very much. Pleasure talking to you.
Thank you. Thanks.
That's all we have for you today on The Gist. Do subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on social media. Thank you very much. Good day.